Who's the guy who can conquer death? That's Joe Hills. He plays for Nashville when he plays Minecraft. That's Joe Hills. That's Joe Hills.
Howdy, y'all. Joe Hills here, recording as I always do in Nashville, Tennessee. I am in the process of evacuating from this area. As you can tell, this whole place is getting blown up by withers. I had initially hoped that I could stay here for a little while and maybe try to establish some sort of forward operating base from which to attack the withers, but unfortunately it seems like coming out here at all totally kills the server for everyone else on the server. And there's like 8 other people on the server, including camera accounts right now. So, you know, it's just not the nicest thing. We should probably leave some sort of warnings. Like, I'm going to put this torch generally pointed this way so people know which way to go. Don't have any signs on me. You know, I thought it would be kind of cool to do this kind of post-apocalyptic, I live in a time dilation biome slideshow series of videos for a little while. But, you know, realistically, I can't break the server for everybody else. You know, that's one of the great things about being part of an artist collective, is you learn to kind of approach how you want to solve problems with an eye not only for your own vision, but also for the reality of the impact of your work on others. So, I'm sorry that the last episode ended with kind of a cliffhanger that we're not going to resolve in a really cool post-apocalyptic way down there. But on the other side of things, you do get to see a little bit behind the scenes of what it is like to be part of something like Hermitcraft, which is don't be a jerk and don't be selfish. And so, yeah, really you could do that in almost anything in your life and you'll be better off. Wow, this nether fog seems redder than usual. I don't know what's going on with that, but it seems like extra red. Oh no, maybe I've reached one of those heightenings from the Brandon Sanderson book. I can't remember the name of. I didn't bring a way to get down here, did I? There's a boat elevator. How do you use these? Do I just... Oh, there we go. That was really classy. I'm glad that worked out. Okay. That makes me nervous having that guy right there so close, but that's fine. We have emerged victorious from the portal. Victorious in that 20 of the withers are dead, and we lost all our stuff, and we have now a time crisis biome on the server, which, you know, I mentioned that I can't do my next few episodes just out of that biome, because that would be unfair to my friends on the server. But I do have plans to go back there and try to hunt some of those withers. You know, one of the things about living in Tennessee and working during the day is that a lot of times when I log on at night to do stuff on the server, I'm the only person here, you know? Just because of my recording schedule this particular weekend, though, everybody else is online at the same time as me. So we are not going to immediately jump into that, but I think we want to return there. And in order to return there, I was thinking we should probably have literally any equipment. Now, some of you guys might wonder, Joe, did you have an ulterior motive when you built this kind of Ministry of Truth place in the first place? And actually I did. I kind of thought, in the same way that, you know, I established the community smelter and the community potion hut, basically I looked at it and I said, you know, if I build things for the community and then I lose everything because I fall in game and die or something, I can always come back and use those things. And that'll be a resource, not just for everybody, but also for me. Like the song in Avenue Q, when you help others, you can't help helping yourself. So I thought it would be nice to have an extra armor stand back up there, where I could always leave an extra suit of armor for Joe Hills, you know? I didn't necessarily understand that I was going to end up building a musical threat emergency room underneath it, but we are today, with this return from the time dilation biome, finally seeing the secret ulterior motive of Joe Hills' build here finally coming to pass, which is, I have armor now. It's got Unbreaking too, and so can you. Okay, so that's good. On the whole, though, we really we didn't bring too much stuff with us that was going to be hard to replace, other than Now, some of you guys, super fans, might have noticed I had something in my inventory that was very precious to me when all of this went down. And what I was originally hoping was to use that item during the fight. And when one of the other hermits was like, Joe, are you using that? I'd be like, yeah, that's me. You know, I'm just, you know, I thought it would spice things up a little bit. You know, not everybody wants to run around shooting bows and arrows all the time. Ooh, wow. I'm not well suited to running around shooting bows and arrows all the time, as you can tell here. But I kind of thought, like, it would be really cool if I came in with my trident, because I've had that trident since, like, the very beginning of the server here. And I've gotten to use it plenty, and it's kind of... The name of the trident, Mjolnir's Hammer, has generated so much joy for me on the YouTube comments. People argue with me about that all the time. They're like, Mjolnir is the hammer. And I'd be like, well, this is kind of like how a dog might have a toy shaped like a dog. You know, Mjolnir's hammer is a trident that's a real hammer's hammer. And it's a consummate hammer. And I would just go on in my YouTube comments replying to people about this. Because, you know, I'm a big fan of public transportation. And sometimes you have to wait a little while for your public transportation to arrive. So that's always nice to have something in your life that you can do constructively with that time that brings you joy. And, wow, I'm realizing I don't have really any legitimate source of arrows here. We've got 4 arrows total. I'm guessing that we could probably head to the skeleton farm and get more skeletons. I don't know that I'm going to be able to replace my trident this episode, but I would like to kind of get things on track in general to do that, because unlike so many other things on the server, like even elytras in some ways are less rare than tridents, you know? Tridents are the thing. Now, I know Doc M technically has some sort of zombie trident farm, but there's got to be a better way. I just really want to see... I want to be connected to the ocean, you know? I want to go in there and I want to throw arrows at things until they give me a trident, you know? That is... And maybe if my luck of the sea falls through, then yeah, I'm going to eventually concede... Whoa, a cookie. Are these connected to... This looks like some sort of trap. Okay, well, I'm not interested in activating any traps. So where were we going? We were going to go to the shopping district real quick. No, we weren't. I need to use my brain. We were going to go over to the skeleton farm through the nether and hopefully get enough arrows that we will be able to go plunge the depths of the ocean and recover a new trident. Why are there so many pressure plates, guys? I get trapped in a time warp for like 1 week and everything all over the place is nuts. Guys, oh. Okay, fine. Whatever. Time skip. Having gone through and got a bow and arrows, I'm all set to start, you know, hunting those drowned out there in the great and wide ocean. But you know what I remembered too? While we're talking about being courteous server members, I borrowed a whole bunch of sponges that I still need to return. And I can't really return them until I finish all of these walls and get all this knocked out. So I'm probably going to have to actually just do that. And maybe... since we're going to be continuously attacked by drowns as we knock those sponges out and try to fill in the area here, there's a chance that maybe one of those drowns will have a trident. And, like, you know, so if we're down here and somebody starts shooting at me, you know, with a trident or whatever, and maybe I'll get his trident while also being a good citizen and returning Jevon's lone sponges, right? And worst case, we returned our sponges before we disappointed our friend. So that was, it seems like a sound plan all around. Now, of course, I didn't really place these in any particular... Oh, I don't have the elytra on anymore because I thought I was going to go attack drowned. Yeah, I might need to rethink certain parts of this plan. I'm going to go get the elytra. I'm going to go get some more torches and maybe some materials for scaffolding and whatnot. Time skip. Sponge in hand and stone in the same hand immediately thereafter. I have returned here. I'm going to continue kind of segmenting this out in hopes that we can really put a dent in this. Did anybody ever come in here and set off all those traps? You know, now that the war's over, part of me says, Joe, it'd be really considerate of you to remove all those traps that you put all over the server in case somebody tried to steal your war supplies or something. But, like, on the other hand, you know, I always want to leave some fun things for the fans when they get the world download. So, there's that. Whoa, 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 what's that down there? Oh, I forgot there was... Is that a... there's a mine shaft down there I haven't even explored fully. Man, this area is the gift that keeps on giving, man. We can expand our musical threat emergency room even further eventually once we get more of this kind of cleared out. And that'll be a nice little joyful project as well. And, you know, setting those mines up for... I don't know. I don't have a good music-related mine pun, which is probably actually a really bad sign considering that this is Minecraft. I should have considered that this is Minecraft already, you know? But then again, sometimes it takes me a while to remember, you know, the things I'm good at and, you know, appreciate them. So, like, for example, the other day, I was thinking to myself, like, Joe, why don't you establish a prestigious American university? Because, like, all of these, you know, prestigious American university admission scandals are going on, and, you know, you still don't have any money. Like, that would be nice. Like, what if you just had your own school? And I was like, well, I don't even know how I'd start on doing something like that. How would I open a prestigious American university? And then I stopped thinking about it. And then about 2 hours later, it occurred to me, oh, I could open it in Minecraft. And that's actually the opening of my new Feed the Beast series, which I'm going to be hopefully getting some more episodes out on next week. The thing about Feed the Beast is you kind of got to do a little bit more off-camera work to some degree to make sure the episodes have a good pace to them. If you've seen some of my former Feed the Beast series, a lot of times I was just kind of like, guys, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm going to figure it out on camera. And I felt like that had a certain charm to it. But, you know, you guys have now been playing Feed the Beast for, like, which is a modded Minecraft mod pack, if you guys don't know. If anyone here doesn't know. Some people here have been playing it for, like, 5 years now. So they don't want me coming in and being like, I forget how all the things work all the time. But the premise for the season is that I am building a prestigious American university on the Hermit's FTB server, and you know, we'll build different things for around the university, different facilities. We'll maybe teach some classes, that sort of thing, each episode. So if you have not checked it out because you normally don't like modded Minecraft, there's not going to be a lot of like, hey guys, we're going to explore how to use the Chisel and Bits mod today, because like, I mean, I will use the Chisel and Bits mod, but that's not the focus. The focus is, like, let's do something funny together, and all laugh about it. So, I'm hoping that that's a fun series. I'm kind of disappointed. I was hoping, normally for boring stuff like putting in a wall like this, I wouldn't keep the recording running. I was kind of hoping our first zombie would attack us, because if I can get that zombie to attack us, and then I can get the trident, like, on my first try, even though there's like a 0.08 chance of that happening, I could feel really good about myself, and then be like, look at me, guys. I'm a statistical anomaly, you know? Isn't that awesome? And then you guys would be like, Joe, it's fine. Just don't worry about it. It's fine. But anyway, whoa, okay, so that kind of worked. I know theoretically, if I perfectly segment these out into like 5x5 areas, I don't have to place the blocks as fast, but I also like placing blocks quickly, so I kind of feel like it's more fun if I just kind of try to stay ahead of it and just do this, because I'm a whirlwind of sponging or something. Is that what people are whirlwinds of these days? I don't really follow the, you know, Instagram crowd. So that's not a good way to do this. Okay, so I can't tell where the water is and isn't easily. But I've got 17 of these sponges left. So one thing to keep in mind is that these sponges are spawnable. So if we just leave them here, mobs will just spawn on them, and then they will jump in the pit, and then they will kill me, and then I will die. So given that we already lost all of our valuable possessions, or our only valuable possession, our elytra earlier, not elytra, our hammer. Elytra's still fine, guys. Don't worry. Dang it. This is what I get for, like, doing some sort of massive sponge project while trying to talk. But I think we'll go ahead and just place some more of these and be on our way. Hopefully, Though, if a zombie does attack me, I'll still be recording. Time skip. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start cooking some of these wet sponges. Realistically, I should have not done that in that way. I should have done that in this way, as one does. We are going to change night to day. Yeah, and grab some blocks while we're down here. Because I need so many blocks. So many blocks. So many blocks. So many blocks. Actually, I'd rather use the nether brick because I like the idea of the way of hermits repurposing war surplus. Like that just feels like so American in this really weird nostalgic way. Like we're moving on after the war. I don't know if you guys know this, but war is profitable. We could have just let the war go on forever, and it would have. And like, that's one of those things where, on a personal level, I like that as a teaching tool. Where it's like, you know, we point at Concorp as the war profiteers, but really it's everybody who produces videos about the war that's the war profiteers. And instead, you know, we found a way to actually end the war in a... Whoa. That is a zombie without a trident. But that does mean zombies are at least spawning. But yeah, it's just really reassuring. It feels nice to move on past the war by reallocating the materials for the war for peaceful purposes. And I don't know. I didn't plan that, or I didn't expect that necessarily, because like we didn't know if we were gonna just. We don't necessarily always have a plan when we do stuff, guys. That's part of the fun of being an artistic collective. It's fun to see how, like, when you don't necessarily know where something's gonna go and you follow through with it. Like, we ended up in this situation where now we're in a post-war boom, which, that's cool. Like, it's fun that worked out that way. But, I mean, it's interesting how real-world events and very loose comedic improvisational simulacra, is that... Okay, show of hands, is a simulacra the word you would use? If not, post the word you would use, otherwise just say simulacra. Like, it's not necessarily a model. I wouldn't use the word model necessarily, but like, it's... When we do improvisational artwork based off of real-world things, sometimes we experience the same thing that you would if you did the real thing. Which is, it's just very, it's interesting to me. But yeah, so here we are, all together, enjoying our rock and roll music and our post-war boom.
I'm headed down to somewhere, got my pickaxe in my hand. Yes, I'm headed down to somewhere, got my pickaxe in my hand. I'm headed down to somewhere, God knows where I am.
You know what's more fun than a wet sponge? Wet sponge with a furnace to make more dry sponges, because man, this is a whole process. Look at this though. I came in here today and I got started and then I kept going, and it turns out as long as you have, you know, folks around you can talk to on the phone or keep up with or whatever, you know, you can get a lot done all at once. Man, I actually knocked out a good amount of ocean today, although nowhere near all of it because this is a ziggurat, so it gets like wider as it goes down. You know, there's a lot of ziggurat left here. Unfortunately, I did not find any tridents in all of this ziggurat clearing. I'm kind of tempted to just replace all of these walls with glass, though, because I kind of like having the ocean visible through here. I don't know. I've been doing this for so long now. This has been probably 3 or 4 hours worth of work straight. I've lost track of why I was doing it. So if any of you guys saw the beginning of this episode and remember why I was doing this, feel free to leave a comment in the YouTube comments section below. I think it had something to do with returning these sponges, but I don't remember why I needed to drain this. I hope it was something with the musical thread emergency room, because that would be really awesome, because it's right there. It's adjacent. It's right inside that hill there. So, presumably, once my brain reboots after all of this massive digging... Oh, I guess maybe part of it was I think I wanted to expand some of these rooms, right? So I was in here and I was like, oh, it'd be really nice if I could go this way without hitting a bunch of water. Hey, now I can. You know, why don't we do some of that, actually? Why don't we showcase that like, all of the stuff we did is actually paying off in some way. And hopefully creepers don't just run into this room now, full of my shulker boxes through this massive gap that I've immediately put next to them. Planning! That's the Joe Hills difference. Anyway, until next time, y'all, this is Joe Hills from Nashville, Tennessee. Keep adventuring.